if food is being advertised all the time and all this fanciness, it's probably not good for you.
I agree.
So the thing that's interesting about chocolate milk, poor chocolate milk, but there's about 26 grams of sugar in one serving. Wow. That's like having a Mars bar in sugar, right? Like,
yeah, it's
quite amazing. But it's I mean, I get sucked in the commercials and it makes me want to drink chocolate milk. I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah, so post-workout, not chocolate milk, but you know, like we were saying,
and
like
Gatorade is a similar marketing scheme.
Oh,
Gatorade's not good for you, and they came out with G2s. Well, what is it they're trying to do? They're trying to become more like water.
Right.
All they really want to do is be water, right? The less calories,
it's
the
lighter,
less exactly.
And it's more like water.
But in the end, it's water that you need.
Well, we're gonna ask you to put your chocolate milk down and go refill that glass with some water, and we'll be right back after this. No chocolate milk.
No.
Well, welcome back to Ottawa Experts. I'm your host, Jasmine Rose. I just want to remind you that our phone number will be displayed on the screen. And throughout the show, you're more than welcome to phone in and ask Kathy Smart and I was going to say Greco because your t-shirt says Greco, and Zach Nielsen questions related to health and fitness. So we were talking about chocolate milk. Let's talk about smoothies, because those are pretty popular.
Those are fun.
And sometimes I make myself some smoothies in the morning because they're just quick and easy. How do we feel about smoothies?
They're fantastic as long as the ingredients are right. So like anything, it's all about the ingredients. So simple is best. I'll tell you what I do. So in the morning, I have a cup and a half of almond milk and a scoop of a plant-based clean protein powder, a scoop of that, and then I have this actually on my blog. I do these little freezer packs with Ziploc bags, and about 1 hour a week, I'll do a handful of spinach, a kale, I'll put in some pumpkin seeds, I'll put all my stuff in. So in the morning when I wake up, I literally pour my milk, I can even put my protein powder in the Ziploc bag, dump it in the blender, and you're off.
Perfect, right? Quick and easy.
So good.
I know you guys love your smoothies at Greco.
Yeah, absolutely, and I agree. The problem with a lot of the, like a booster juice and whatnot, it's the juices, it's the extras that they're adding in. And if you actually see how much real fruit is going into it, it's not much, right? It's all the frozen yogurt and it's the fruit juice, and your smoothie ends up being like 700 calories. A lot of those smoothies, they're not very good for you, right? And it's all about putting clean, natural product in. I agree. We put a lot of frozen fruit in, just a clean, progressive protein, some veggie greens, and some phyto berries. So it's very clean, and water. So it's a very simple shake, but putting it side by side with a booster juice, which I do once in a while at the gym just to see which people like better, they seem to enjoy ours just as much, if not more. So I think you realize that the natural flavor, that the organic, the good flavor that you're looking for, you can still have that without adding all the extras into it, right?
For sure. And if you like a creamy texture, it's very easy just to add a frozen banana. because that will make the texture very creamy. Or if you want almost like a velvety texture, you can add a half a frozen avocado. So if you add an avocado to your smoothie, it adds not only a really nice velvety texture, because that's what a lot of people don't like about smoothies is the texture.
Right.
What you can do, you can also add Greek yogurt if you don't want to do protein powder, and it's delicious. Like, it's really, really good. A lot of times it's just a texture thing for people.
Okay, now I want a smoothie.
I know, eh?
So, Kathy, you have interesting recipes in your cookbook.
Yes.
What are some of your favorites in there?
Ooh, top two. So top one, number one would be my black bean brownies, because they're chocolate and they're made with beans, and no one can ever believe that. They're pretty incredible.
Did you bring any to sample?
I should have. What was I thinking? Oh my gosh. They're awesome. And my other favorite recipe, hold on, I'll try to find the picture for you guys so you'll all want to drill now.
Oh wow, that looks amazing.
Healthy food needs to taste good.
That looks unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
You wouldn't even think, beans.
I know.
It's amazing.
Beans and eggs and coconut oil and organic coconut sugar. My second favorite is my mother's honey curry chicken. For me, food has a very nostalgic, there's something about it. And my mom used to make this honey curry chicken for me when I was little. So it's healthy, it's simple, it's just chicken, some honey, and some curry powder and some coconut oil, and it's baked and it's done. It's fantastic and it's delicious. And I really want viewers to know, Zach and I are talking all about health and fitness, and the thing is, healthy food can be amazing.
It needs to, or you won't continue to eat it.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I agree, for sure.
No, you're right, because I remember trying to eat clean, and I'm I'm not going to put dressing on my salad. Yeah. And that's just not enjoyable.
How long can you last
right?
doing that? No, it's unrealistic.
You won't maintain and
exactly.
Food is one of the pleasures in life.
That's right.
It's one of the things that we must do to live and enjoy.
I agree, absolutely.
So how important is a balanced diet and a regular exercise in relation to mental health?
Oh my God, I love this topic.
Let's kind of get serious here.
Zach, you can talk about this topic.
No, you can go ahead. No, you can go ahead, actually. Well, I mean, personally, I think the foods that we eat definitely play a huge part on our mental health, for sure. I think something even just as simple as fish oils. Yes. I think fish oils are something that we should have at all times. Of course, they're good for your joints and things like that, but also good for your brain. They help, help get the brain going, help get you functioning throughout the day. Definitely. So they definitely plays a major role for sure.
Mental illness, we could just talk all about mental illness. It is incredible how when you change what you eat and you change how you move, you will change your life. You will change how you think. You will change how you process stress. Everything changes. All of your cells change. And mental health is, I think, important. And we need to redefine what success is for people. And I think success, part of it, is a healthy mental state.
Now, are there any foods that come to mind that help through tough times?
Top 5 foods to fight depression. Third a cup of cashews per day. Cashews will actually help stimulate the release of serotonin in the brain, which is the happy feel-good chemical. So cashews, delicious. The second food, I agree with Zach on fish oil. And if you don't like fish oil, do salmon, a wild salmon. I would do it every single day, because your brain is comprised of 60% fat. So you actually need healthy fat to feed the brain. Third food, it would be coconut oil, because coconut oil, again, will help feed the brain and help your brain create the chemicals it needs to fight depression. The fourth is actually healthy complex carbohydrates, because people who go no carb or low carb, complex carbohydrates release serotonin in the brain and make you feel calm and happy. So many people that do no carb, low carb, or really bad low calorie diets, they actually suffer with depression about 6 months after and have to go on antidepressants often. Wow. And that's because their brain has been deprived of fat and complex carbohydrates. The last thing I would say in terms of food would be avocados. So avocados, again, very healthy fat and healthy to feed the brain.
I definitely think with that, like my story was that I was 205 pounds. I think I was borderline on depressed.
When you was a story there. I knew it.
when you let your body go and you're not happy with the way you look, it definitely leads to depression, I think. And I think that when you start to work out, you start to feel a lot better and you start to get that confidence back. And I think when you're happy with your body, other things in your life, they don't seem to bother you as much. I think you don't worry as much. And I think for myself, I wasn't 100% sure what I wanted to do. And luckily I ended up in the fitness industry. But because I got in shape, I started to use a lot. I'm a talker by nature, but I started to talk a lot more positively. And I've never met anybody who says, I like to be around that negative person, right? But it's always like you want to be around positive people. So when you're feeling good and when you're looking good, that's going to make you positive. And the more positive you are, the more doors that open up, the more that, yeah, exactly. So
do you find that there is a certain workout that people tend to tend to come in, like they're like, oh, I want to go on the treadmill because today I just had a really bad day. Is the treadmill where people tend to go, or is it the boxing?
I think it's whatever helps you release, like whatever lets you stop thinking about the things that are bothering you in life. I think that's one thing that working out does. It's that hour where you forget about all of the rest of your life, right? Yeah. Now, what you're doing the other 23 hours is just as important, but that 1 hour is where you you relieve that stress. You stop worrying about those types of things. And I know for myself, when I first opened the gym, I lost track of my workouts, and I started to become a lot more stressed, and I wasn't as happy. And I started to realize I had to build that back in. I needed those 4 or 5 workouts a week because of that, because I was losing track of myself, and I needed that hour to clear my head and to think about something other than the gym, even though I'm there, but in a different way, right? So it was that hour where I could just release, stop worrying about things, feel good, start to get the body going again, and I think it made a huge difference for me, for sure.
Absolutely.
Didn't matter what it was, just getting into the gym.
It's just getting something going, 45 minutes to an hour of something just to get going, even if it's playing a sport. I mean, I have people who come to the gym who, they come to me 3 times a week and they play hockey 3 times a week. That's great. It's that 1 hour on the ice, you forget about everything. Find that 1 hour.
Oh, we were built to move.
Yes, that's a good point, yeah.
All right, let's talk about binge eating.
Ooh. The holidays.
The holidays, and it happens.
No.
So after a food binge, should I reduce my portions? Should I put more hours in the gym? What do I do? Or just go with it?
No!
Just forgive yourself and move on?
Well, forgive yourself and move on. Well, I think the biggest thing is to stop. And a lot of people, after they do a binge or they'll cheat or whatever, they're like, oh, forget it. The rest of the day is blown.
Yeah.
Never think that.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
So, okay, so you binged on chocolate. The next meal is a new meal. Right? And so start fresh. Start fresh. And make it a lifestyle. Because a lot of people are like, how do you do it? I don't understand. Like, how do you not do it? It's if you make it part of your lifestyle, when you binge, you'll actually feel terrible. You won't feel good. And you won't want to do it again.
Zach wants to add to that.
Yeah, I think adding on to that for sure, I think a lot of the problems that people have is that they only work out, let's say, Monday to Friday, and they take off Saturday and Sunday, right? They're like, oh, those are my days off.
Yeah.
Well, those days off, that's when you start to eat, the foods that you try and avoid, right? And one bad meal snowballs into a bad weekend. Right? So if you make sure that you're going to come to the gym on the weekend, you're more likely to eat well, right? You need to find a way to make sure that either on the Saturday or the Sunday, you are finding a way to stay active, because that way you're more likely to eat well. I think 100% when you don't do something and you're not going to do something all weekend, maybe you went out Friday night, if you don't have good foods prepped for the next day, you might end up with a greasy breakfast, right?
Yeah.
And then you're going to eat with a greasy lunch. So you have to try to prep and make sure that one bad meal doesn't snowball into 5 or 6.
That's right.
And speaking of staying on track, when we're traveling, it could be difficult. You travel all around the world, Kathy. I just came back from a far travel, and it's tough. Like eating healthy, finding time to work out. You're in a hotel room. Sometimes you don't always have access to a gym. Like what kind of advice can you offer viewers who are traveling or with?
It's so funny. I did an experiment because I like experiments. So I'm like, okay, so the last 18 months I was a lot of different places all around the world. And I thought, okay, I'm going to measure myself, weigh myself. Not that you should weigh yourself, but I needed something, and take my body fat. And I'm going to see as I travel if I can maintain this or improve it.
Okay.
So for me, it was mostly body composition and measurements. And I actually improved it. because I wanted to prove to people that no matter where you travel in the world, and I mean, I went to Bali, then I went to Italy, then I was like, it wasn't, you know, just to Toronto.
Yeah.
I was truly traveling. And how did I do it? I prepared, and wherever I was, I made the best choice possible. Was it the perfect choice? No, but it was the best choice. And even if that meant just walking, even if that meant doing a little circuit in my hotel room, wherever I was, you know, you can do 20 burpees, you know, 10 push-ups and 35 squats anywhere, anytime, any place. So
no excuse.
There is absolutely no excuse, because I experimented. Because I'm like, I'm going to see, because then I can actually say, you know, to all my people, and I have a private Facebook with my smart peeps, you know, I can actually say, you know what, it is possible, because
you can do it.
You can do it.
Well, that's great. Well, we're going to have to cut to another break, but thank you guys so much. We'll be back with more, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
We deal with everyone, every body type, age, budget. All we need is the will and the drive for you to improve.
I lost 20 pounds. I'm in the best shape of my life.
I lost 10 pounds and I feel great.
Live lean, live fit, live well. Greco.
I love that, Zach. Where can I sign up? I just want to go and do it.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, there's 14 locations in the Ottawa area, so there's a lot of places to sign up. It's growing fast. The circuit training's really caught on here, so it's amazing actually. Yeah.
And Tony's great.
Oh, he's the best. TG, he's hilarious.
So before the break, we were talking about travel.
Yes.
And you wanted to add a few things to that. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the major thing is accountability. So when our members go away, we always offer them workouts to do while they're away. We ask, you know, whether it's a cruise or you're going to visit family, whatever it may be, how many times do you realistically think you could work out? And before you leave, you always think the number's high, right? You're like, oh, I could go 10 workouts or whatnot. We say, let's do at least 6 or 8 in, let's say, a 2-week span sort of thing. And here are the workouts. And at the end of those 2 weeks, we ask, okay, how many did you do? You know, let's see what you actually accomplished, right? Because if you know somebody's going to be checking in on you when you get back, you're more likely to have actually done the workouts, right? And you're actually going to be like, okay, you know what? There's somebody at home who's, whether it's somebody from a gym or even just somebody from your family, right? Like when my mom goes away, I'll call her and I'll say like, Mom, what, you know, have you been active, right? And she'll be like, oh, yeah. But she likes that I'm calling because there's better chance that she will actually go do something active.
It's motivation, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is there a preferable time in the day to work out? Should I do it first thing in the morning?
I never want to say yes to that, to be honest with you. I think whatever time you can fit in. Now, if you're somebody who likes to get it out of the way in the morning, that's great, absolutely. But if you're somebody who, you know, goes throughout their day and wants to do it at night, I always like to split my day up. Personally, I like to go work and then halfway through my day, I go get a workout in, and then the rest of the day feels like it flies by. I honestly feel like the second half of my day is pretty much nothing, right? And it's because I'm feeling good, I'm energized, and I've got that workout out of the way, so I know when I go home, I'm free to do whatever it is I feel like doing. Probably cooking healthy.
Yes,
is what I'd be doing.
And a lot of people that work desk jobs, you know, they need to get up midday and just go to the gym and just kind of clear their minds
Stimulate
and get
the
up.
body.
Yeah. Exactly.
And too, there's studies that have shown that after you exercise is when you're most creative. That's when, anytime after I do a workout or a yoga class, most of my business ideas are created after a workout. A blog post, a recipe, a cookbook, and there's an actual scientific reason why. So if you're kind of feeling you're in a slump, go for a workout, start working out. You're gonna become there's a great book called Spark all about it. It's really fascinating.
I always tell people when they're working, that workout's going to give you that second win for the rest of the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it really gives you that extra push that you need to be productive for the rest of the day. A full 8-hour day, it's hard. You do have lapses where, you know, you might doze off or think about other things, but that workout's going to help you, like she said, stay creative and keep getting your work done.
Stay fresh.
Exactly.
We were designed to move. Right? So you would never have a huge, beautiful dog and leave them in this tiny little space. No, they need to run. They need fresh air. Humans are the same. We need that.
Yeah, and I think that's a great point. For when let's say you have a 15-minute break, a half hour, 15 minutes, some jobs are broken up like that. That 15 minutes shouldn't be just sitting. Like you've been sitting all day. Take that 15 minutes to go for a walk, whether it's just around the building, asking one of your coworkers to go with you, you know, walk to the coffee shop that's a little further away just to be active. I think that makes a huge difference. It doesn't have to be a full-out workout. No. Just getting going is the key.
Yep.
Kathy, you're in the top 5% of the most influential health and wellness social media influencers. Isn't that amazing? That's What's the secret to connecting with people online?
Oh, you be yourself.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. You be yourself.
So simple. Like, she's got it like, be yourself.
And she follows it to a T for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Definitely.
Yeah, you just you be yourself, and you'll resonate with the people that are supposed to resonate with you. Yeah, you just be yourself.
Because social media is more popular than ever right now. But, you know, some people see it as taking them away from physical activity. But I find that there's a lot of motivational, don't you find like aspects to health and fitness online?
Absolutely.
Tony's quotes.
Yeah, there you go.
Honest to God, I mean, Instagram is the one I would use most, and half of the things I follow are inspirational quotes, right? And on days when I don't feel like working out, and I read a couple of those things, and you start to see, you know, what drives other people. I start to realize, you know what, I can find that energy right now. I can make a difference for myself by getting up and using that social media to benefit me for sure.
Absolutely.
So Zach, what's your favorite quote?
Oh, I hard times don't last, strong people do. That's a
good one.
That's a Greco staple, but I completely agree with that. I completely agree with that quote. Kathy?
That's an excellent quote.
It's yours.
Woo. Okay. Wow. The pressure's on. It's written in a plaque above my door, and it says, "I took the road less traveled, and that has made all the difference." So there was 2 roads divided in the wood, and I took the one that was less traveled, and that makes all the difference. And I love that quote because it can apply to everything.
Absolutely.
It can apply to, you know, you have someone that you really know you need to forgive and let go, but you really don't want to. Do that. That is the road less traveled. It is the best road. If it's the road of going for a walk while everyone is gossiping in their office, and you just go and you don't want to be part of that and you want to get active, that's the road less traveled. The cool thing about it is it's never crowded.
I'm changing my favorite quote.
And I love how on Instagram you guys post videos of the class circuits and stuff. I love that because it makes me want to get off the couch and just like do something.
Yeah, I think so. I think when you see people working hard and working towards something, you're more likely to do it. Like I really do. That's what drives people. And the road less traveled, it's so true. And it comes down to like, you know, somebody saying, well, let's just stay in tonight. But you know you want to go get that workout. Right. Like you know what you should be doing is going out and doing something active. You have to do what's best for you, right? And they'll probably follow. People are more likely to follow your lead than take your advice. So if they see you doing something 100%. Productive, they're more likely to do it as well. So be a leader rather than a follower, I'd say.
Ooh, I like it. I'm feeling all inspired.
Awesome. Okay, so I have some food and fitness myths.
Yep.
So we're going to say if they're fact or fiction. The first one, crunches are the key to flat abs, or abs are made in the kitchen.
The first one is false. The second one is true.
What are you going to say, Zach?
Well, I definitely think the second one is true. I think it's still important to be active, for sure, and tone up those abs.
Absolutely.
But definitely the
Okay,
the
so
latter.
Kathy, what does a six-pack diet taste like?
Awesome.
Awesome, yeah?
So a six-pack diet would be different for everyone, but it'd be a lot of veggies for sure.
Absolutely.
Lots of protein because you're going to be working out. Because you can't get a six-pack unless you work out.
Right.
You can't, right? But you can't work out without eating properly. So it goes hand in hand. So it would look like lots of lean protein, lots of veggies, lots of, I would choose more like quinoa, less processed foods like breads or pastas or, sugary cereals.
Heavy food.
I would say a six-pack diet would be all the outside of a grocery store.
Exactly. There we
Okay,
go. That was
nice.
mine there. Well done. I like
All right,
that.
our second question. Exercise is the only way to burn calories. The more you sweat, the more you burn.
That's false as well. I mean, there's foods that are definitely going to help you burn calories. I definitely think that, like Kathy said, when it comes to going hand in hand, I think you have to exercise to make the right choices. I really do believe that in the kitchen as well.
Absolutely.
Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
So that to me is the most important thing. The outside aisles of the grocery store, going back to that, the outside aisles of the grocery store, going back to that, that's where those healthy items that are going to help you continue to burn calories are.
Yes.
Okay, next. Thank you, that was great. Always eat 1 hour before or after exercise and stretch before you exercise.
Who's going to do it?
Do you want to go ahead?
Go ahead.
So, in terms of the eating, again, everyone's different. I don't like people exercising on an empty stomach purely because I'm very blood sugar based. I like people to eat to balance their blood sugar. So eating an hour before and an hour after, I do agree with that. But everyone is different. Some people will feel sick if they eat too much right before they work out. So for those people, maybe do a little bit less. And stretching before a workout will just injure you.
Exactly. I think what's important is to try and flush the lactic acid after a workout.
Yes.
So doing like a 5-minute bike ride or 10-minute bike ride after your workout, or skipping for 5 or 10 minutes, that's actually more beneficial, I would say. It's still good to do a stretch after your workout. Before a workout, definitely I wouldn't. I would do more of an active, again, just a warm-up, sort of like 5-10 minutes of skipping. I think that is a better option.
Or yoga.
Yoga is also a great thing, yes.
I love yoga.
So do I.
The Live the Smart Way Expo.
Yes,
Just remember.
yes, because we're gonna have to cut to break soon. So, okay, Live the Smart Way Expo.
Yes, if people want to learn how to become healthier in Ottawa, it is a free expo.
In April.
In April 18th and 19th, and
Yes.
Greco Lean and Fit is going to be there.
Absolutely.
Tony's going to be speaking there.
So I can't believe this, but we're running to the end of our show.
What?
I know. I just got the cue and I'm like, really? Thank you both for being here. It was so much fun. I feel like we could chat for like hours.
We can stay.
You
We
know,
can stay.
But we can stay there.
Yeah, we
Perfect.
can stay and
Okay,
chat.
we'll stay. But thank you all for watching. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to contact me at the Jasmine Rose. And I hope that you've learned a lot. I know I have. Happy New Year and thank you for watching. See you next time on Ottawa Experts.